Welcome back, students. In this video, we're going to do Module 7, Topic 1, Angles and Polygons. Some changes we're going to do going forward. I'm not going to read the standard. The standards are important, but I'm going to try to cut down on time a little bit, shorten the videos up, in hopes to keep you guys a little more engaged. I know I can get boring, so just bear with me. It's page 1 of the Module 7 packet. Warm up at the top. I'm also, I'll wait 2 or 3 seconds before I go with the you-dos. You guys know, pause it, try to work it on your own. I may actually start eliminating some of the you-dos in the video, just to give you guys a little more on your own practice. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get moving. So again, page 1, Module 7 Module 7 packet. Classify each polygon by the number of sides. Then say whether it's convex or concave, regular or not regular. Okay, so first up here we have 4 sides, square. Obviously all 4 sides are congruent, and all the angles here. I'm going to write in here square. It is convex because it's not caved in as we see over there, but it's convex and regular. So here we have 5 sides. That's a pentagon. Obviously it's concave here. Concave. And this is not regular. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides. That's a hexagon. And it is convex because it is not concave. And it is also a regular polygon. All right. Moving on and forward. Excuse me. Okay, interior angles. We'll talk about those first. So a diagonal of a polygon is a segment that connects any 2 non-consecutive vertices within a polygon. The vertices for our example over here, PQRST, that are non-consecutive with vertex P would be vertices R and S. So we drew a line here and a line here. Notice the diagonals from vertex P separate the polygon into 3 triangles. So we have one here, one here, one here. The sum of the measure angles of the polygon is the sum of the angle measures of the triangles formed by drawing all the possible diagonals from one vertex. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry. So, like down here, it's asking us how many triangles can be made up using the diagonals of the following polygons. So over here, our non-consecutive sides would be here, and let's see, here, here. So we have a triangle here, a triangle here, a triangle here, and yeah, triangle here, 1, 2, 3. Over here, we would go across. Not a very good drawer here, so we end up making 8. And then the triangle over here, we cut it in half with the diagonal. It makes 2 triangles. And Lord, I'm drawing away, and the camera is, excuse me guys, sorry. First video in a while. All right, so we have 4 here, we have 8 here, 2. Luckily, we're not going to use this to find the interior angle measure. We're going to use a formula and make it a lot easier. So, I'm going to get the highlighter. Give me 1 second. Goodness. Good grief. All my yellow pencils are. Let's just see what we can do with this. Get a little something going. There we go. All right, so by generalizing this observation for a convex polygon with n sides, n being the number of sides, we just use n as an abbreviation, you can develop the polygon interior sums theorem, 7.1, polygon interior sums theorem. Let me scooch down just a hair. Move my little... All right, so the sum of the interior angle measures of an n-sided convex polygon is n minus 2 times 180, n being the number of sides. So sides. All right, so we're going to use this down here. So what's the sum of the interior angles of the following polygons? So this number 1 here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 6-sided or a hexagon. So n is our number of sides. So 6 minus 2 times 180, 6 minus 2 is 4, times 180 gives us 720. So the total for all these angles in here is 720 degrees. All right, number 2, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have an an octagon. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Try not to cough in your ears. So n minus 2, number of sides 8. 8 minus 2 times 180, that's 6 times 180, which equals 1,080. Oops, there, degrees. So for these guys, they all total 1,080. So a triangle. Well, we already know a triangle is 180, but let me show you how this works for it. 3 sides, right? 3 angles. So n minus 2, or 3 minus 2, is 1. 1 times 180 is, you guessed it, 180 degrees. All right, so now a convex pentagon. Pentagon has 5 sides, so n minus 2 times 180. In this case, 5 minus 2 times 180, which is 3 times 180, which equals 540 degrees. Okay, hopefully you guys can see I've got my little picture in a picture there, so just in case, I'm going to scoot it over, make sure. All right, let's flip over to page 2. Only one side here. All right, number 5. Find the measure of each interior angle of the pentagon HJKLM. Excuse me 1 second. And this, we have a typo over here. Number 6, this should be x minus 9. So, pardon me for that. Now, back over to number 5. So step 1, we're going to find the sum of the interior angles. That's how we're going to find that. N minus 2 times 180. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a pentagon, so 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180, excuse me, is 540 degrees. So that's our total. So now set up and solve an equation. Well, if all the interior angles equal 540, we put our equation equal to 540. Again, excuse me. Now I'm going to combine these up here, if you just pay attention with me. So we have 2x plus 2x is 4x. 4x plus 3x is 7x. 3x plus 7x is 10x. Okay. We have 142 plus 14 is 156, plus the other 14 makes 170. So now it's a little easier to see. We'll subtract the 170 from both sides. It's going to give us 370. So 10x is equal to 370. Divide both sides by 10. X is going to equal 37. Now, scooch down here. They're going to ask us to substitute in the value of X for each angle. So we're just going to, I'm going to write these. We have a 2X. We have the 142. We don't have to substitute. And then the other two angles are 3X plus 14. I'm trying to limit our writing here. So I wrote those down below. Now let me scooch here. So they want us to substitute in X. Excuse me again, to solve for both, for the angles here. So 2X, that's going to be 2 times, our X was 37. 2 times 37 is 74. So the 2X angles are both 74 degrees. Now our 3X plus 14, that's going to be 3 times 37 plus 14. So we got 90, so I say 1, this is 110. Let me just check my math. I'm trying to do this in my head so I don't stop, but hold on. 3 times 37, 111. Okay. Plus 14. 111 plus 14 is 125. So those other two angles were 125 degrees. All right, number 6 is a U-do. Now on this copy, I hadn't put those same lines, but it's the same setup. Now here though, they want to know what's the measure of angle E. So we're going to use the same steps because we got to solve for X. E is X plus 6. So we have how many sides here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sides. So n minus 2 times 180. That's 6 minus 2, which is 4 times 180 is 720 degrees. So the whole thing's 720. Now I'm going to add, I have a X plus X is 2X, 3X, 4X, 5X, 6X. All right. So positive 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Plus 6 is positive 4. Minus 9 is negative 5. Plus 7. Yeah, Lord, I should have wrote this down. Plus 7 is, see, that was negative 5. Plus 7 is positive 2. Minus 8 is negative 6. Promise that it's negative 6. That's why there's the typo. Anyway, so add the 6 to both sides. 726 is equal to 6x. So it's crossed out. Divide both sides by 6. X is going to equal 121. Now they want angle E. Okay, let's scooch down just a little. Angle E was x plus 6 degrees. If x is 121 plus 6, angle E, did I go below, is going to be 127 degrees. Okay? All right, let me scooch back out here. Flip over page 3. All right, page 3. Number 7. Floor plans. Penny is building a house using the floor plan that she designed. What is the measure of angle ABC? So here's A, here's B, here's C. So this angle is what we're looking for. Now, I want to point out to you guys, hopefully you noticed already, but we got congruent marks for this living room here. So because our sides are congruent, our angles are congruent. So all we got to do is find the total and then divide by the number of sides. Her living room here is a hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So total for the interior angles, again, n minus 2 times 180. 6 minus 2, that's 4, times 180 is 720 degrees. So the total, 720 degrees. There. So one angle, we have 6 sides, So we have 6 angles. So 720 divided by the 6 angles, excuse me, we get 120 degrees. So each of those angles is 120. So ABC is 120. All right, moving on. Number 8. Miguel has commissioned a pentagonal koi pond to be built in his backyard. He wants the pond to have a deck of equal width around it. The lengths of the inner deck sides are the same length as the lengths of the exterior sides. Oh, and the exterior sides are the same. Anyway, so what is the measure of an angle of the pond formed by 2 sides of the deck? So again, if all these sides are congruent, these angles are congruent. That's the reason they tell us that. So first thing, we have a pentagon, so we have 5 sides. So 5 minus 2, that's 3, times 180, that gives us 540 degrees. So that's the total interior. So we have 5 sides, we have 5 angles. So 540 degree total divided by the 5 angles, that gives us 108 degrees per angle. So that's what each of these angles is going to equal. Okay, moving down to the bottom of the page, and this will be the last little bit of practice on interior angles. Next page we'll talk about exterior and finish off the video. So number 9. The measure of an interior angle of a regular polygon is 144 degrees. Find the number of sides of that polygon. So we were given the formula earlier, n minus 2 times 180. That gives us our sides. And we know that when we find this, we divide it by the number of sides to get our angle. Number of sides or number of angles. So anyway, here we know that each of these angles is 144. We've been finding that. Now we're going to work backwards. So step 1, we need to get rid of our fraction. So we're going to multiply both sides of this equation by n. These cancel. So now we go down here with n minus 2 times 180 equals 144 n. Now, one thing I want to mention to you guys, and I've noticed, so this right here is the same as if we said 180 times n minus 2, okay? We're going to have to distribute this this 180, so we can work this equation, but I just want you guys to know it's the same thing. We're going to say 180 times n. 180 times n is 180 n. 180 times negative 2 is negative 360. 180 times negative 2 is negative 360. Then we bring the 144n down. Next, we're going to subtract both sides by the 144n. They cancel over here. We're left with 36n minus 360 is equal to what? 0. Okay. Now I'm going to add 360 to both sides. And I'm going to cut out some of these steps on the other side. These cancel. We're left with 36n equals 360. Divide both sides by 36. Running out of space. Hold on. N is equal to 10. So for number 9, how many sides? It has 10 sides. All right, number 10 is a you-do. I said earlier, I'm not going to do the whole thing. Just, pause, work this. Anyway, so same formula. N minus 2 times 180 equals, it's going to be, they gave us the angle 150. We got to put n, divide it by n over here. So multiply both sides by n, that gets rid of that. N over here, 150n. We're going to go ahead and distribute this before we come down. So we got 180n minus 360. We already know we're going to have to subtract both sides with 150. I'm also going to add the 360 to both sides. So that as I bring it down, this cancels, we're left with 30n equal to 360. Divide both sides by 30. And this one n is 12. Just took a little shortcut to get there. All right, page 4. This finishes off this particular topic. Now, we've talked about interior angles. Now we're going to finish up talking about exterior. The sum of the interior angles, obviously, n minus 2 times 180. But the exterior, the sum of the exterior, will always be 360. Okay? So, sum's always 360. This example, we have 6 sides, 6 angles. 360 divided by 6 for this particular example is 60 degrees. It's that simple. We're just dividing 360 by however many angles. Or, in this case, it's 360 equals all these x's and numbers. All right. So, I'm going to quickly knock out this last, again, trying to keep these videos a little shorter than before. If you guys are missing anything with me shortening it, let me know in class. I can definitely take more time. I know some of you guys are just getting the notes, and I get it, but for real, if you need more, or if something doesn't make any sense on the video, please ask me in class. That's what I'm there for. I love when you guys ask questions. Anyway, so number 11, page 4. Find the value of x. So exterior, always 360 degrees. Just going to say that again. So we're going to put this equal to 360. We have an x plus an x is 2x plus 2 more is 4x. 88 plus 52 is 140. 150, 152. Going to subtract 152 from both sides. 4x is going to be equal to 208. Divide both sides by 4. X is going to equal 52. And we can plug those back in, but I'm short for time. All right, number 12, find the value of x. So again, 360 equals 6x plus 9x is 15x plus 2 more is 17x. And then we have 139. Going to subtract 139 from both sides. That's going to leave the 17x. 360 minus 139 is 221. Divide both sides by 17. X will equal 13. All right, bottom of the page. Let's finish up. 13. What is the measure of an exterior angle in a regular dodecahedron? So 360 divided by, well, you'll have to Google it, but dodecahedron is 12-sided. So 360 divided by 12, each angle for that dodecahedron is 30 degrees. 14 pentagons, 5 sides, 5 angles. 360 divided by 5 exterior angles means each one of those is 72 degrees. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Until next time, have a good night.